So Steve Doocy is a host on Fox News of the Fox and Friends morning show, and he's always been among the three primary hosts on that show, kind of the one who is most likely to say something reasonable. Now, most of the time he's just a normal Fox News host, but occasionally he goes against the narrative and will call out some parts that are particularly egregious of the right-wing movement or of Donald Trump. And so in the aftermath of the FBI raid of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence, he's been one of the voices on Fox News that has been pretty accurately oftentimes calling out Trump, which is, again, so fascinating when you see someone who generally goes along with kind of the conservative party line. I know not conservative party, but kind of the conservative groupthink and continues those narratives. But he's getting increasingly upset, I can tell, and is going against his two co-hosts way more often, as you're about to see here. So this is them responding to, of course, what we saw, that photo from the Justice Department of all these top secret, as I'm putting up on screen now, files on the floor of Mar-a-Lago that the FBI had found during this raid. And he just kind of says what any reasonable person would say to something like this, which of course to his two co-hosts is not allowed.
Here's the thing. What they're saying is the DOJ is saying the special master is unnecessary because it could actually harm national security interests. Also argued that the judge...
now with that they're worried about it.
Well, here's the thing. When you look at those documents, can we go back and look at those documents on the floor? Keep in mind, according to the filing, the agents found 3 classified documents in Donald Trump's desks. What were they doing in the desk? And when you look at these particular things right here, at least 5 yellow folders marked top secret and another secret SCI, that stands for sensitive compartmentalized information. These are the biggest secrets in the world. We have heard that Donald Trump's lawyers went through all the stuff. But how could you go and look at that and not think, you know what, that's probably something I should turn back over?
His attorneys were asked about this, and they said he had already ordered them to be declassified. They were taken to Mar-a-Lago when he was president.
Right.
Yeah,
no, I understand that.
They have a new...
So, of course, we know this talking point is silly, as Steve Doocy will talk about. First off, what he's being investigated for, Donald Trump that is not even related to the classified nature of these documents. It more has to do with the mishandling of government documents generally, not classified necessarily. Now, it does make it more intense, at least in the public kind of perception world. The fact that these are huge, quote unquote, government secrets, as Doocy said, and they're just sitting in Trump's desk, and he was asked, as we saw his affidavit, multiple times to return all of these documents, and he refused. So he made the choice to allow this to happen to him.
Attorneys hired now by new attorney to help them out to lead this charge.
A Ron DeSantis guy.
Yeah, so here's what's interesting. Like you said, that stuff on the floor, they took a picture and say, see, he's being shoddy with it. Then they say, well, there's stuff outside where they were storing these documents. See, I had to go in and raid. There's pushback now. There's going to be on the other side. It's like, well, we didn't, and this was declassified. There's going to be a push and pull. It should never, to me, it keeps going to, why were you raiding? Why did it come to this, that you have to first time?
It's wild that they keep repeating that line. But why did it have to come to this? Because Trump didn't comply. He didn't. We've seen the documentation of this. Again, with the affidavit, as well as all of the previous knowledge we had, the FBI, Justice Department, or the National Archives, and then eventually it was the FBI, requested for this material. He didn't return it. After they got some of it back, they said, we're still missing stuff. Please return it to us. He did not do it. And that's what happens, okay? That's what happens. You're holding on to documents you shouldn't have. You're asked, quote unquote, kindly multiple times, and you don't follow that request. So they're going to have to come take it by force, okay?
Ever raid somebody else's a compound. Normally, people have houses. Compound in order to grab documents when you were going back and forth on June 6th, 23rd,
people want to know? They want to say,
May.
okay, you went in January, you took the 15 boxes, then you had to go back in August, and you say you found 38 documents with classified markings. We all want to know, were these 38 documents, were they declassified when he was president? He had the authority to do that.
He did, but
we're not getting any answers.
Well, we do know that the agencies involved in those documents have said, nobody ever told us they were declassified. There's a protocol to do it, and apparently, if he thought he was doing it, they didn't do it right. To your question, why did they have the search? In May, they put a subpoena to retrieve all the documents, and then in June, remember, to your point, the agents showed up, and the Trump people gave him 38 documents. And then Christina Bobb signed something and said, that's all there is. For some reason, one of the Trump lawyers prohibited the government agents from looking inside any of the boxes that remained in the storage room. And then they heard from multiple people, apparently, there's big secrets there, and not just in the document room. And so that's why they got the search warrant, and that's why they went.
Well, the problem is that's the same story.
Okay, I can't bear listening to them trying to counterpoint Doocy, because he's exactly right there. Again, and this is someone who largely is on board, usually, with the Fox News narratives that are going along with the right-wing narratives. Of course, I mean, he's a Fox News host on one of their most prominent shows, but he just can't take it. It's so obvious and blatant. He can't even do it. No, it doesn't make any sense what you guys are saying. This idea that I can't even go through all the claims. We've heard so many, my brain's going to break. But at least the one they focused in on there is, well, did he classify them or not? Did he declassify them or not? And Doocy goes, well, okay, there's an official process. But regardless, they asked for those documents. Classified, not classified, top secret, not top. They asked for them, didn't return them. So they went through the official process to go get them using, law enforcement. Okay? It's just not that complicated to understand. It's not some big conspiracy to take down Trump, but it likely will take down Trump because of Trump's actions. He is responsible for this. If you want to be angry at somebody, right wing, that Trump might go down, that Trump is in legal trouble, it's Trump you need to be angry at. Okay? Sorry, I'm talking so rude. None of y'all, I'm guessing, if you're still watching this video, agree with the kill meat arguments there. But credit to Doocy for spreading some logic, some facts on Fox and Friends.